We're heading our news this hour. Prime Minister Tony Abbott has touched down in Australia this morning after his maiden speech at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland. The PM arrived back in Canberra ahead of a busy Australia Day schedule in the nation's capital. But the federal government's shaky relationship with Indonesia is overshadowing his plans, with confirmation the island nation has sent a fleet of warships to patrol its maritime borders. The revelation comes after Australian vessels strayed into its northern neighbours' territory. There's yet to be any significant military moves, though, by Indonesia. A single vehicle crash has claimed the life of a 57-year-old man in the New South Wales Southern Highlands. The man died after losing control of his white Toyota sedan at Barangarry just before 6 last night. It's the first fatality on New South Wales roads over the Australia Day long weekend. The federal government is set to crack down on young people abusing disability welfare, warning those with only minor conditions will be booted off the schemes. The $70 million overhaul will see the review of certain groups, and anyone deemed partially fit to work will be forced to do so. The coalition says it'll also make it harder for young people to be accepted into the programs. It comes after figures revealed a 22% increase in disability welfare recipients in the last decade, and that's costing taxpayers an extra $15 billion. A third blast has gone off in the Egyptian capital Cairo, with the police station near the famous Giza pyramids targeted. Earlier, a car bomb outside the main police headquarters in Cairo killed 4 people and wounded dozens more. The attack's the first since the military coup against President Mohamed Morsi back in July. Now, he's a free man for now, but pop star Justin Bieber is facing 6 months behind bars if he's convicted on his latest charges. The 19-year-old is currently staying at a Miami hotel after he was arrested for drag racing under the influence of alcohol and marijuana.
No sooner had Justin Bieber strutted out of jail and waved to his fans after his release from that DUI arrest that his Biebercade of SUVs headed back to South Beach, not far from where police pulled over the 19-year-old pop phenom early on Thursday. His wild night starting here at Set Nightclub. New photos show a shirtless Bieber partying with model Chantel Jeffries, his rented yellow Lamborghini parked outside. Police say Bieber was drag racing that car with Jeffries in the passenger seat when he was pulled over at around 4 a.m. Some starstruck fans capturing the moment.
Oh my God, Justin just got pulled over.
When he opened up the window and confronted Mr. Bieber, he smelled a strong odor of alcoholic beverage. Mr. Bieber at that point was not cooperating with the officer's instructions.
Police say Bieber was racing his friend, singer Khalil Sharif. This new video shows him being cuffed. Law enforcement telling ABC News Bieber's blood alcohol level was 0.04, only half the legal limit for driving, but double the legal limit for someone under the drinking age of 21. Bieber's just 19. Police say he also admitted to smoking pot and taking prescription medication. He was charged with DUI, resisting arrest, and driving with an expired license. By 10 a.m., he was taken to a nearby correctional center. That grinning mugshot in stark contrast to a nervous-looking Bieber biting his lip during his bond hearing.
The first case this afternoon is Justin Bieber.
According to People magazine, Bieber was seen in tears after he appeared before the judge.
Following the hearing, a source tells People that Justin was bawling his eyes out when he got back to the detention center.
Bail was set at $2,500, the standard for the 3 charges Bieber faces. His high-powered attorney, Roy Black, sounding confident overnight.
I think this case hopefully will proceed as any other case in the system.
If convicted, he could face up to 6 months in jail.
Poor Biebs. Now, for your daily dose of the Today Show, adorable animals. Today we're joined by a newborn polar bear cub at Canadian Zoo for his very first bath time. The white ball of fluff is just 10 weeks old and clearly loved getting a taste of the water. But the unnamed youngster had enough after about 10 minutes and tried to escape out of the tub. Safe to say, oh, here's another pun, this little one is unbearably cute. Ah, there we go.
Of course he is.
Thanks for that warning.
Wow. Yeah, the writers are on fire this morning, don't worry about that. Speaking of on fire, though, Yvonne Sampson, welcome to the couch.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. England is finally, they've broken their tour duck against Australia, claiming a 57-run victory in the 4th one-day international at the WACA last night. Ben Stokes top scored for the tourists with 70 runs to set the Aussies 317 for victory. A century to Aaron Finch had the hosts firmly in the hunt, but Stokes start again with the ball to help England break its 8-game losing streak.
It's been a long time coming, and we know the series is gone, but it's thought of losing 10-0 was obviously the prospect was there starting today, but we played a pretty good game today.
Very relieved, Alastair Cook there. The Aussies will look to bounce back for the 5th and final game of the series in Adelaide tomorrow. Rafael Nadal will go head-to-head with Stanislav Wawrinka in the Australian Open men's final after the world #1 powered to victory over Roger Federer overnight. The Spaniard produced a masterclass in the semi-final clash, crushing his longtime rival in straight sets.
The stage was set for another classic chapter in one of sport's greatest ever rivalries, and with fellow tennis royalty watching on, the opening exchanges between Nadal and Federer didn't disappoint.
That is just too good.
Neither player was giving an inch in the first set, but it was Nadal that took the honours in a tie-break. An ongoing blister problem failing to halt any of the top seeds' momentum, the Spaniard matching everything that was thrown at him. Federer was all out of answers as Nadal took an overwhelming advantage.
So the world #1 takes it 2 sets to love.
It didn't get much better for the Swiss in the third, his unforced error rate climbing to 50. It was all the invitation Nadal needed to book a place in his 19th Grand Slam final.
So that's it, the domination continues.
He'll now have to get past Stanislav Wawrinka to win his 14th major on Sunday.
Wawrinka is playing just amazing, winning a fantastic match against Novak yesterday against Berdych, so he should come to this final with a big confidence.
For Federer, he'll lose the Swiss #1 spot to Wawrinka, something he's held for over 13 years. Andrew Smith, 9 News.
But the weather, it is looking sensational here in South Australia today. We'll take a look at what's happening at your place. Also starting off with the National Fly Round. And in Cairns, it is looking like a showery day, a top of 33 degrees, 33 and showers developing in Mackay. In Longreach today, a couple of showers and the chance for storm topping 42 degrees. Much the same in Rockhampton as well. And rain should ease for Charleville, Bundaberg and Maryborough. Moving into New South Wales and in Tamworth, cloud clearing 32 degrees, 31 and mostly sunny in Dubbo. Broken Hill can expect a sunny Saturday, 30 degrees, temperatures in the mid-20s for Orange, Gosford and Wagga, and looking fairly clear also for our nation's capital. Moving into Victoria, Mildura, sunny and 29, 22 degrees and partly cloudy in Sale, and in Warrnambool today, the possibility of a morning shower topping 18 degrees. Moving into Tassie, Launceston becoming cloudy, 21 and only topping 16. If you are in Strawn with a couple of showers, they should ease though. Across the border into glorious South Australia where we find ourselves today, Mount Gambier mostly sunny, 23, 24 and cloud clearing in Port Lincoln, and it's going to be a sunny day in Coober Pedy, a top of 35 degrees. Moving into our west, Albany, possibility of late showers, 28, 25 and showers clearing in Kalgoorlie, partly cloudy in Carafa, 34 and 33 degrees, and the chance of an afternoon storm in Port Hedland. And moving into the top end of the country, Alara, afternoon showers, 34, 30 and showers and storms for Darwin, early showers and storms also for the Alice, and topping 31 degrees with showers and storms if you are in Nhulunbuy. It is a huge...
Time to check out what's on the front pages around the country this morning. And the Brisbane's Courier Mail is leading with young, angry and dangerous. The report on how ice, steroids and booze is turning Queensland's boys into violent thugs.
Shirker alert. Sydney's Daily Telegraph reveals the government's plans to get youth off disability pensions.
Rock trip twist. Melbourne's Herald Sun asked why Emergency Services Minister Kim Wells skipped talks in Alice Springs for a holiday in Uluru.
We won't stop fighting. Hobart's Mercury reveals supporters of Susan Neal-Fraser will fight against her murder conviction following the death of her partner.
The pain behind the smile. The Adelaide Advertiser has a powerful interview with TV chef Dorinda Hafner, who believes her ethnic background still makes her an outsider.
And what you been smoking, Jerry? Darwin's NT News says the Northern Territory's Deputy Opposition Leader, Jerry McCarthy, wants to adopt the Ninbin street code in his hometown of Tennant Creek.
And he's wearing a tea cozy on his head.